piece of love. You know what I mean? Like, but to just write an "I love you" song.
And we had a lot of great debate and conversation about that.
This is where I get to be the villain again.
Yeah.
I can see
Kyle was very against this idea.
I said the world doesn't need another love song for Matchbox 20.
Do you think Kyle was right?
No!
This way. Okay, but hear me out.
Radio did.
No.
Hold me.
Hold me, baby, that kind of thing. I just felt like it's been said. We could say something more interesting. So,
it became very important to Robin.
In being consistent with the villain.
Yes.
Tonight's broadcast.
But I heard you, by the way, because the idea of like when you really think about it, if I were to read you lyrics, and I were to say, okay, I just wrote this song, I'm gonna read you these lyrics. Baby, let me hold you. Maybe, let me come over. I can tell you secrets nobody knows. Like,
that sounds horrible.
But when you say, baby, let me hold you, baby, let me come over, I will tell you. It felt more like a Jackie Robinson kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like there's almost like this Motown-y kind of
Jackie Robinson, the baseball player.
Sorry.
That's
By the way, an underrated musician. Nobody gave him his due.
I love that movie 42 about his brother Smokey.
Nice.
Alright, what do you got?
Alright, what's your name?
From London.
Hey, Karen.
Hi.
Hey, Karen.
English Town, you were saying about obviously what that meant. I just wondered whether any other place in the world inspired you with some of your songwriting, and also what do you love about England?
Oh,
England is where the history comes from.
was it Manchester?
What? Well,
please expand upon this.
it's an inside
Random
joke.
thing you just said.
It's an inside joke between me and my wife, I think.
Oh.
Just because, you know, we have this sense of...
Hey, everybody say hello to Emily. Emily is one of the
She
unsung
brings the
heroes
truth
of our
serum.
tour. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just a joke. I mean, because there's... Every musician I know is in some way an Anglophile. Like every musician I know is kind of obsessed with all these bands from England. They're obsessed with this culture of like from the British invasion. We're like in America, there's a newness culture in the sense like if you have a building that's like 50 years old, we refurbish it, try to make it new. You know, and like it's something great about seeing this old architecture and being there and being like you really feel that you're in the history and you're at the that you're at the Tower of London and you're like, well, right here, 17,000 people had their head cut off. That's fucking heavy. By the way, you guys are brutal.
Right, I was going to say, it's kind of funny. A friend of mine from London had emailed me, how was your Thanksgiving and everything, and I hit him back like, how was yours? And it's like, well, we don't celebrate it. And I'm going, oh yeah, that's right, because we're giving thanks that we got away from you motherfuckers. That's the deal. How did I not process that?
You had a good run. You guys had
it was a good run. It really was.
I gotta say that to answer the
A lot
other
longer
question,
run than we had.
I don't think that any other song is really inspired by a place. Is it?
No, well,
Rest Stop.
in the sense
3
that
miles
in the sense that I believe, and I think we all kind of agree, like that thing about that magic of the songwriting, the idea that song is somewhere that you're just lucky enough to hear it in your head. I believe that there's different songs in every place that you go to. And so sometimes, like, when we're traveling around the country, we're traveling around the world, like, being in that certain place, there are songs that I think were inspired by being in that place, even though the song itself isn't about that place. The idea that you're in this new room, that you're in this, there's songs in every room that you walk into, and sometimes you're lucky enough to hear them.
I gotta say, a lot of the stuff that we worked on for North, and we were doing it in Nashville, which we had never made a record in Nashville before. Oh no, wait, that's not true.
We didn't make a record in Nashville.
Well, we tried. We tried. But actually, that's not true because Matt Seasman was a little bit. But we worked a lot.
Yeah,
in
Nashville.
then.
Yeah.
So like songs like "I Will" were definitely kind of informed by that kind of area. But I don't think the songwriting was.
All right.
What do you got?
What's your name?
Heather?
Hi,
Hey Heather.
Hi. I wanted to know, you played some really awesome songs last night that you said didn't make the record or whatever.
Right.
Are we ever going to hear those again?
I would.
Well, you know what? They're out there, and thanks to technology,
I'm sorry, which one?
just go find them and they're yours. Have them. They're out there.
Yeah, everything we played last night, like waiting on a
They're all
train.
released.
I Believe in Everything and Suffer Me. You can get on iTunes.
Yeah, they've been released.
Yeah, they were released as like B-sides or things like that. You can get, but there was a lot more. We left a lot of stuff on the cutting room
Let your
floor.
fingers do the walking.
And on the,
Wide-eyed.
60 songs plus?
yeah, we had a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot to come. We had a whole other record.
I was just
play.
going through the other day when I was doing this this little thing. But like going through those songs, that was kind of a lot of fun because there was some that we were like really, you know, I thought like, I remember there's one that there was a moment we were so into writing Exile that the title of the record was Tell Me What's the Greatest Song You've Ever Heard. That was when we were in that moment where like, oh, we're awesome. Then you go through like the oh, we suck phase.
We also
Then
had
like, no,
one that
we're
was
awesome
titled.
again.
We had one that was titled "A Kiss Song If Kiss Was Even More Gay," which is kind of awesome.
I have a song, by the way, just for 1 second, because I realized that I have this. This was called, at the time, you'll recognize it, but at the time it was called Oh Darling, It's a Purple Rain.
What? Oh shit!
The audio's probably really.
Darling, It's a Purple Rain.
Stick around. We'll see how bad it gets. It's better now.
This is written, this is
This was slow.
This is Can't Let You Go from Exile, but this was written at the end of a really bad fight that me and Paul had had.
Oh yeah, we really.
It was really bad. It was so
Can't
bad.
let you go.
It was so bad.
He can't let me go. Just so you know.
No, it's not written about it.
Yes, it is.
It's so bad that
It's time we
the fight was
told
so
you
bad
all.
that Paul ran upstairs and wrote a song about the fight.
I did. Do you remember what was it? Not a good
This life isn't worth its life. If we
Oh,
have no
shit.
one we can please.
You're
We
right. I
wound up
did.
using that for lights later on.
Which we didn't use.
Right, but it was that whole like, you're a dick.
That's actually yeah.
We're like, it was like you telling me like, you're a dick, but I love you. That was the song.
Alright, what's your name?
My name's Danny.
Title of
Hey
this
Danny,
record.
how you doing? I've seen Danny like 7 times since I've been here. We were like at the airport together. We've been hanging out.
She's
for-
sleeping outside of your room.
By the way, hey everybody, just so you know, Danny and her husband just got married.
Congratulations. Is this your honeymoon?
This is their honeymoon.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So we've come all the way from Margaret River in Australia.
Good one. We're fans.
Before I ask my question, I have to say that Paul, you're a sweetheart.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm awesome.
My question is, when you were shooting the film clip for She's So Mean, those records went so fast past your faces, and I wonder if there was a blooper in there and you've got some footage of being actually hit in the head.
Kyle cut the shit out
Kyle
of
cut
his
his finger. He was like bleeding profusely.
I was bleeding.
My hair caught on fire.
They actually brought a paramedic.
paramedic.
It was the first time a paramedic actually came to.
Paul set himself
Do you-
on fire.
do you
Like,
guys
that was
know
not
what-
CGI. He actually set himself on fire, and then he would like have to stop and come back and like cool down, and then he'd be like, "Let's do it again. Let's do it again." And he'd run back into it.
We did that 4
light him up,
times.
Play. And he'd, okay, I gotta go away.
But I will gotta say, I do have to say this. You guys all know that video?
Yeah.
So I play drums that are on fire, and they really were on fire, and whatever. But I'm the only person on that video shoot that didn't get hurt. Everyone else on that video shoot got
Yeah,
hurt.
there was more injury, evidently, from the records thrown
Yeah, way more.
than the fire.
What's up, man?
What's your name?
My name's Oz.
Oz,
Hey, what's up, Oz? Oz, you kind of look like
What's up,
Wilmer.
Wilmer?
You look like Wilmer. Yeah, what,
I'm from Wilmer.
anyway, sorry.
I hope that's a compliment.
It is. It's good to. You know what? It is. It is. Wilmer
The
does
ladies,
very well.
the ladies like themselves.
Yes.
I want to know what your favorite song to perform live, across the board. Your favorite song to perform live on stage.
You know, overall it probably changes nightly, but I really enjoy So Sad, So Lonely. Just on a, but then also like, there's a moment like when we do Hand Me Down or when we do Hang, the new version that we do of Hang, that we did last night. Like there's a moment when we start doing Hang and you're going off into that solo and I'm sitting there playing guitar and I'm just like, I just want to be in this band. I want to be, you know what I mean? Like I want us to be this band and just play these songs. And then I'm like, oh shit, I want to be Jack Johnson.
I think the audience I think it depends on the audience. I think that, you know, we played all these songs so many times. It's like the audience becomes that kind of mirror that, you know, implies what song is really resonating that night. So it's kind of tough for me to say.
Yeah, it does change a lot.
Music is
I gotta
just
say
fun.
though, it's changed a lot for me from switching from drums to guitar, because based on what I'm doing, I used to hate playing Real World. I hated it, and now it's one of my favorite songs to play. So it's you know, it's the same song. It's just what I'm doing is something is different. But I think if I had to pick my absolute favorite, it's probably my favorite Matchbox 20 song. It's The Difference. What's that?
Was it different last night?
The Difference?
No,
Yeah, because
your favorite song last night. I think it was not.
No, what's favorite song?
No, it wasn't there. It was, yeah.
No, to play live.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just to play.
Yeah, dude, I make this shit up as I go, dude.
I definitely don't have a favorite because really playing music is fun and playing our set is great.
What's your name?
From Johnson City, Tennessee.
Hey, Angela.
One of my favorite songs you guys do is "Don't Let Me Down" and "Watching the Wheels." And tomorrow's
Wow.
tomorrow's the 33rd anniversary of John Lennon's. What is your favorite John Lennon song?
Oh, you're
Like-
kidding me?
God, ooh.
That's like saying,
One more
what's my
thing.
favorite flavor? Oh my god.
And one more thing, it's my little sister's 25th birthday, so if you could tell Sarah happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Sarah. Where are you at?
Sarah.
Sarah, stand up.
Happy birthday,
Stand up. Everybody.
Are you having fun?
Everyone say happy birthday to Sarah.
So guys, take a look at Sarah. When you see her around the boat, make sure to stop and tell her happy birthday. as well.
Everybody on this boat, or at least in this room, buy Sarah a drink. Good luck, Sarah.
Guys, party in Sarah's room tonight after the show.
What was the question? Something about John Lennon?
Favorite John Lennon song?
Oh,
jeez.
Woman, I hope you understand. Thank you for being. It could be my favorite. I don't have to know the lyrics verbatim right now. Is that the rule? I'm sorry. Is that the rule? That's the rule. Yeah. Now your favorite if you don't know. I'm sure everybody knows the
Ever
lyrics
since you
verbatim.
dissed on Soul, that's the fucking rule.
Oh shit.
I'm throwing out
I gotta
Imagine.
say,
I'm throwing out Imagine before anyone else.
Imagine. I'm gonna go with I'm Only Sleeping. It's probably my favorite.
That's a good one too.
I'll quit watching this.
All right. What? You go to Only Sleeping too?
I'm gonna go. Oh
No, Rob. Wait, no, I love
the
Wheels. Oh.
Yes.
Who?
Oh, I said Imagine.
Oh,
I
okay,
took it
Imagine,
first.
sorry.
Yeah.
All right. What's your
Never
name?
heard that one.
Hi guys.
Hi.
My heart is beating so fast.
Oh.
Where are you from?
My name is Mayara. I'm from Brazil also.
A lot of Brazil represented today.
Rob just told us that he never writes when he's happy. So I was wondering, what happened to you during the Met season? And also, I want a hug, because I'm jealous of my friend. Yeah.
This has got to be last hug, not because I don't want to hug everybody, but because...
No, just me.
Question.
Yeah, what was
There wasn't a question.
Also, we've got like 15 more minutes. guys.
Okay.
Let's get some questions.
More questions.
What was your question? That's what... Oh, you know what? Here's the thing. It's not... The life isn't always as bad as the song might seem that it is. I mean, as a songwriter, you tend to romanticize many different situations, or kind of make like you take the worst little part of a situation. So, I mean, not that we haven't all over the last 20 years gone through some horrible shit, in different moments, but, sometimes like you write a song and it's almost like you're setting up a stage. So you start a chord progression, just play anything. Like, let's make it minor. Yeah, I knew you would.
Of course I will.
So you hear this, and it already tells you, it's starting to tell you your story, like it's kind of You're hopeful all of a sudden. And he goes back. So you kind of, all of a sudden there's a story in your head, so you start going through your mental Rolodex of like, what part of your life does this feel remind you of, And then a lot of times, like it almost, for me, it always starts with a melody. So the melody before I'm worried about saying anything, so I'm like, oh, Lord, I can't sleep and I can't lay. Try to walk, but I run away. Feels like hell's on my face. Oh, wait up, take it. I'm a man, I'm so lazy. Whoa. So you write that, you have that, right? Woo! And then you would. You do that and you don't think twice about it. You just do it, and then you record it while you're doing it. And then later on, you go back. And then sometimes you listen through and you'll find a certain lyric, and like one line, like maybe like out of that, like it could be like I run away, or like I'm so lazy. Like, but I'm so lazy. Like, oh, what am I trying to say about myself? Because sometimes that's your inner self coming out. That's a little piece of you that you don't want to look at, that only comes out when you sing. So all of a sudden when you sing, you're like, oh, you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the fact that I hate my father.
Yeah.
Wait, that's what I'm gonna write about. I'm gonna write about this.
I gotta say, I think that's kind of always how it works. Like it's like, at least that's how we all do it. It's mumble speak. It's like, you're sort of just searching for stuff, and then you take one word. And a lot of times it's not like you're sitting there and you're like sad. Like I'm talking about English now, like I said before, it was about. I wasn't sitting there thinking about that. It was just sort of like I was coming up with the melody, and I was like, and I had the. The sun breaks over the edge of the English town. I had that, and I was like, well, what the fuck is that? And it just sort of came out, and so then I was like, I just sort of started following it. And there's almost always a point midway where you go, oh, this is what I'm writing about. And then it gets a lot harder.
Well, a lot of times
that's kind of what it is. That's really when you have the moment you're like, oh, this is kind of
I think
sad.
when you have drums in the room and like amplification, it kind of changes the energy of what a lot of times you'll go for too. Because I think a lot of times you're just sitting around and it's a lot easier to. And if I had, you kind of like, but you never just jump in and like. Just don't do that.
By the way, I love that whole thing.
How do we make it sexy?
Pookie! Yeah, we call Pookie. We say Pookie, make it sexy.
Do you guys know what I mean? Like when you're sitting with acoustic, you just don't jump into like let's go for the energy, let's bang the fuck out of it.
Alright.
Yes.
What's your name?
There's a lot of
Hey, Nate Steele. Are you a private detective?
Yes.
You should be.
I'm from McCrory, Arkansas.
You're from
60
Detective
miles west of Memphis. We've seen you in Memphis 2 or 3 times, and we love you guys.
Awesome.
Y'all have been a big inspiration in my life as well. But I wanted to know what the inspiration behind Hang was. If you guys can elaborate a little more deeply for us. Thank you.
Hang it wasn't about me, or it was about a guy that I knew. It was kind of like Dear Joan in the same way. Like it was about someone else's bad situation that I was writing about. Like this, and it's usually this. Like I fall in love with a girl, and I mean, I used to fall in love with a girl. Like, but I've been in love with the same one now for quite a long time. But I fall in love with a girl, and And then, like, you know, especially when you were younger, like, you would see her situation and you would be like, well, I'm better than her boyfriend. Like, he's a dick. Look at him. He's being a dick to her. And then you would write a song about her situation. And then sometimes, like, I'd write it, like, from my point of view, but about her and her situation. And I think Hang was one of those. It was just one of those. Because you gotta remember, everything on that first record, it's really just me learning how to write a song. Like, in the sense that, like, we were all learning how to make a record. We were learning how to be a band. Like,
You were learning how to play acoustic
I was
guitar.
learning how to play. Yeah, I still didn't have that at
That's
all.
when you said, hey guys, I wrote some songs. I think they're good. Come on over.
Yeah. I mean, so it's really funny. Like, at that time, I think there wasn't anything specific that was there, but I did draw on a lot of other people's experiences. Hi.
Hi. What's your name?
I'm Kelsey.
Hey, Kelsey.
From where?
I'm from Ottawa, Canada.
Oh, beautiful.
So you guys like 7 times. My aunt's like a huge fan. My question was, how do you guys cope with being away from your family so often? And like, what do you do to try to keep those relationships alive and well? And also, if you don't...
You're adorable.
You got. I just so wow. Who expected the therapy
on your ass?
Who expected the therapy question from the MB20 ass?
I was wondering if you could totally sign it. Like,
I like the heavy question.
I'll tell you what. We will. Yes, we will. But as soon as this is over, we'll sign it. Randall, can you take Matchbox 20 ass, cute, sweet Canadian girl, and over here, Tessa, Kelsey,
or Tessa. They both sound alike.
All right, I'm signing Tessa.
How do we keep it? It's harder. Like, as we go on,
it's the hardest part.
It's one of the reasons we take so much time. I mean, there's a lot. You know, people have other things that they do, but like realistically, like we have kids. Like I have a 9-year-old. My daughter's gonna be 9 next week.
I have 2
so
daughters.
like, I missed her being 8. I didn't really get to see her be 8 because we were on the road for most of the year. But the flip side of that is we're not going to tour next year. So I don't have to get up and go to work every day. But Rob is, so.
Next year.
Oh wait, no he's not. No he's not. Sorry. So we're not going to tour next year. So it's sort of like the thing of like I don't have to get up and go to work every day because we did this. So it sort of balances it out. It's like one of those things. FaceTime has been the greatest gift to a touring musician ever. No.
Not on this cruise. I mean, like throughout the tours, they'll come out with us. Like sometimes, you know, they'll come join us and be able to go out. My son, I have a 15-year-old. He was out with me for 2 weeks on the end of the tour, and at 15, that's awesome. Like, so much fun.
Oh, they'll come out like periodically. My daughter came out, and my daughter's so incredibly unimpressed by all of it.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? She was like, whatever. She came out. She went to a couple shows. She watched the first one, and then every other thing. She was like, I stay on the bus and watch TV.
Yeah, Mason's amazing. Like Mason wanted to like hang in the back with the crew and like learn how to throw picks. That was his main thing. It's like,
I could care less about any of this.
What's your name?
Jen.
Hi, Jen.
Hi. I was wondering, Rob says that he started writing to get the ladies. What influenced everybody else to start with their instruments?
Oh, same fucking.
no matter what anyone says, everyone started to try and get laid. Everybody. Well, later on you find another reason. Later on you find this love and like it speaks to you. You realize that it speaks to you. But when you first do